Hello, so Bitcoin has moved even lower, and this is basically the scenario I am tracking right now. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, leading contracting diagonal A, ABC in a B, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in a finished wave C, creating a zigzag like this. And now we have 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, looking for that. So the other scenario that we were tracking is this, so the 1, 2, 1, 2, the bullish scenario, but that got invalidated as of taking out this low. And this is a good example to show how probabilities work, because I mentioned in the last video that if we get a new low after this May 30, the probabilities are lower for this scenario. And we move down, taking out the invalidation. So that is how probabilities work. They are never certain, but they're called probabilities for a reason. So, but if we take a look at this then, so I was expecting a bounce here, and we got a little bounce on 3%, which is not enough to break this downward movement. So now I am instead looking at a bounce here as we have gotten as of right now. But to be more certain that this is over the downward movement for now, you can take a channel like this from the wave 1 and then move it to the wave 2, and then you want this to break this channel. If it does, it is a higher probability that this presumable wave 3 is over and that we are then working on a wave 4. And if we are working on a wave 4, you don't want to take out this at 68950.41, because that lowers the probability that it is indeed a wave 4. Then it's a higher probability that this is basically an ABC like this. And also, if we take out this, I have done that as a pure invalidation, basically, to change of a structure. That's not what you want to do in a 1, 2, 1, 2 either. So if you have a 1, 2, 1, 2 like this. So yeah, and also I have written here a new low after this date, June 9. It's a minimum for an ABC for a wave X. So I'll explain what I mean. So here, since we have an ABC here, like this, the probabilities were low that this was an 1, 2, 1, 2, and we invalidated that. So therefore, this has the higher probability of being a structure and a finished structure in itself. So this is a finished structure, and this structure, you measure the time this structure compared to this structure. And right now, this is a bit low in time. So therefore, it's a higher probability that we get another low after this, or at the very minimum, get a more sideways range, that we are finished then with this move after this June 9 at 2 p.m. So that is also the time aspect, which is important to keep in mind. So I have also written here the support lines if anyone is interested in this. So these are not for certain, but they are support, and we got the support right here, which was respected in a bit, but it was too much volume, so we broke through it. So right now, this is basically my support area as of now, and I also have a cluster down here. So this is at 61,130, and the low is the 58,968. And then you have the other cluster here at 56,935, and the low is then at 54,156. So this is the interest point for me, and now I am now looking for a wave 4. And the nature of this wave 4 basically determines how this will be counted. And if we break this invalidation for a wave 4 as well at 68,950, as I already mentioned. And also I got a comment in the YouTube saying or asking if we can count this as a leading expanding diagonal. Yes, we can, but it has a lower probability, just because an expanding diagonal like this, where the trend lines are moving like that, have a lower probability. It is the lowest probability structure basically in Elliott wave, except for maybe an expanding triangle as well. That is extremely low. But nonetheless, if we count this as an 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and a wave 1 for the bulls here, you are looking for a 2. And then you have the same issue here with this move down, because then this is finished as a structure and you measure that against this in time. And then this wave 2, it needs to be over after this June 9. So you need to have basically another low. And if you get another low, you only have this to work with. So basically here you have 2% that you need to move down before not invalidating this scenario. And also we hit this line, which is a low probability wave 2. So this scenario in itself has even lower probability than just being an expanding leading diagonal, which is extremely uncommon. So it is possible, yes, but it's definitely not my first choice. It has a lowest probability. So this right now have the higher probability, and we will wait and see if we invalidate this wave 4. If we do not and move up in a corrective manner, then it's a higher probability of taking out this low once again and moving down in a wave 5 or a wave C in a WX or an ABC like this. So, but keep in mind this. After June 9, we have a more certainty of what the structure, if it is done or not. Because up until then, I am not really considering this done. So, yeah. If you found this analysis helpful, feel free to subscribe. And you can also find Elliott Wave resources at mellantrading.com. I'll see you in the next one.